Hey, what's going on everybody? Today's video is going to be a lot of fun, a little bit of show and tell if you will. I want to share with you all what I'm going to call my compact live pedalboard rig for 2025. Let's get into today's topic at hand. So in case you guys are unfamiliar with who I am, what's up? It's nice to meet you. My name is Xander Raymond Charles. That's my full-on legal government name as well as my artist name. I am a guitar player on the internet and all over social media, and I'm a solo artist and I love to make riffs and create and write my own style of music. Also, I'm a hired gun as of late, and I've had the opportunity to travel and tour with 3 bands this year here in 2024, most notably with a gentleman by the name of Elijah. I highly recommend you guys check out Elijah's music after you're done checking out my music, okay? Elijah's awesome. He's one of my bosses, and he's going to be taking off here in 2025. And the reason why I want to make this video is because I do a lot of traveling with Elijah. I actually have my final show in Nashville here in about 7 days, give or take, and I'm playing what's called Ceremony Fest, and I'm going to be flying in there, flying into the show, and then leaving more or less the next day, right? And I wanted to make a pedal board for next year in 2025 that if I am flying into a show, or even if I needed this pedal board, which I actually might take it down to Nashville for the show, what would be on my board, what would I need to use, okay? So this pedal board is actually quite sleek, very small, and ironically and not planned, but it is color coordinated, which is actually kind of cool as well. I mean, it's even color coordinated to the power supply on the back. So my signal goes from here all the way to the end, okay? So I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pedals on this pedal board, so let's just go through them very, very quickly. First and foremost, Boss tuner. Now, the Boss pedals are really sick, and I wanted to make this pedal board with at least one Boss pedal for one particular reason, and that is the buffered bypass feature on all Boss pedals. In case you guys are unfamiliar with what buffered bypass means, basically, in layman's terms and just like real world terms, it gives more signal for your guitar signal as it passes through different pedals. If you had, let's say, like 100 feet of cable and all you had was true bypass pedals. Let me say that again. If you had 100 feet of cable and you had nothing but true bypass pedals, you're going to lose signal as the signal travels down all that cabling and all those pedals, okay? So if you have buffered bypass, it gives like a nice little kick in the pants, little boost for your signal so you don't lose any signal, you don't have any signal degradation, okay? Not to mention, Boss Tuner. I've had this thing on all my pedal boards ever since I got it in like 2019 or something like this. I got this particular pedal almost 6 years ago now, and I've used it ever since. Stays in tune, or does the tuning. It works all the time. You know what I'm trying to say. It's a tuner. It works for me. Now, before we talk about all the fun stuff, I do want to say that this video is in fact sponsored by Sweetwater, as they're asking me to share one particular part of this pedal board with you all. So today we're going to be checking out the backline series of the Gator cableworks. Now, I have a pack right here, a nice 3-pack of these 6-inch cables, and these are all very sleek right angle instrument cables. And I've used these off and on for different pedals throughout the years, and when Sweetwater asked me to share these with you all, I was totally stoked because I've been buying these myself, like on Amazon or at Guitar Center or, you know, whatever. I've always been buying cables such as this. So these Gator cableworks work perfectly for this pedal board. I'll put a product link down below in the description if you guys want to go check these out. I highly recommend it if you're in fact wanting to string along a pedal board and you want it to have a nice clean setup and not have a bunch of cables all over the place. I really recommend these. I've had these cables, these right here, I've had these ever since the Point North tour, so I've been home for about 2 months playing with them. And yeah, they work great. I dig them, and I love how clean my pedal board is. Thank you so much to Sweetwater for sponsoring this video. Okay, let's get into the fun stuff. Up next, we have the DigiTech drop pedal. Now, this pedal is highly responsible for some of, if not all of, the sick, awesome drop tones that I've ever created in my original music. I mean, probably the most famous song, Subtle Comeback, was used with this. Endorphins, Neck Brace, Kick It. That might be all of them. But anytime I have normal drop C sharp, I put the octave feature on this pedal, I kick it on, and then I go an octave below. So I love that feature for my original music, but also too whenever I'm traveling and or playing, say like Elijah's music, I am always changing tunings and I'm always doing double drop, gnarly, heavy breakdowns. So like Elijah's guitars, my guitars when I play with Elijah, etc., are always in drop C predominantly. And we always do double drop, heavy breakdown stuff, and then we also do one song where it's a half step down from drop C to drop B. So this pedal right here would be perfect for that scenario. Not only is it perfect for my own original kind of dubstep metal, cyber futuristic metal that I create, but it's also practical for my main gig right now here in 2024, going into 2025. Up next, we have an overdrive / boost pedal. And this is very important because I wanted to have this on the board for the next pedal that you can see right there, the Nano Cortex. But, you know, I was gonna put my tried and true limited edition black SD1, the black and yellow one, but I wanted to do something different. And I've never really talked about this pedal at all yet. And I've had this pedal in my possession for quite some time, so I want to give it some love. This is the Jeff Loomis Devil's Triad. I think it's called like the Essentials or something like that. Yeah, I just had to double check my work here. Yeah, the Devil's Triad Essentials, the name's on the side there. But basically the Devil's Triad, the Jeff Loomis all pedal came out in 2022, and then they made a stripped down version, and they just basically put the boost and the drive and the EQ section in a smaller compact section. I love this thing for two reasons. One, it's got boost and drive, which are different. But also too, it has a little EQ section here to where you can further shape your tone before it hits your amp or your main distortion. I like to have it to where I'm cutting out a little bit of bass and adding a little bit of mid, so kind of like a little bit of a mid boost. And depending on the guitar, whatever, or the amp or my tone, I think more often than not on an overdrive, I'm cutting high end more than I am adding it, because I feel like whenever you add an overdrive into your signal, you're already naturally cutting out a little bit of bass and adding a little bit of high end. So kind of rolling that back just ever so slightly, to me, feels the most natural, okay? Want to be in the video?
No, can you let me put my socks on? I don't want to get any
nail polish on.
Yeah.
Yes. And then can I leave this in the video? Okay. Then we got the main pedal on the pedal board, and that is the Nano Cortex by Neural DSP. So I've already done a video on the Nano Cortex, but it is not like a mini modeler in my opinion. It's a capturer. And I think this is where the Nano Cortex really shines, having a pedal board built around it. You know, I've been using a lot of captures on this Cortex, like, you know, your PVs and your EVHs, and a lot of the Neural DSP, like John captures, like, you know, the Mesa Boogie, JP2C, stuff like that. You know, I really dig the captures that come like on the Cortex Cloud and stuff like that. So whatever capture you want to use, if you ever want to pick up a Nano Cortex, it'll do the job perfectly. And last but not least, I have my one modulation pedal. This is the Artifact Lo-Fi pedal, and you can run this thing in any and every which way. I kind of like it for the lo-fi feature, like the radio sound, which is what you heard in the intro track of Subtle Comeback that I played for this video. Kick this on, it just makes everything sound like a AM radio, like an old school beat up radio. I think that's sick. But it's got all kinds of stuff. It's got like glitch, it's got tape, it's got verb, you know, bit crusher, vinyl, etc. It's got all kinds of features. So for me, if I need any sort of effect, I think this is the pedal I would use because it could get the job done. It could get any sort of sound I want. And I forgot to mention, but I'll say right here, the Nano Cortex has your classic tried and true reverb, delay, chorus, and noise gate and stuff like that. So I don't need an additional pedal on my pedal board. I can just use the Nano Cortex for like the stock modulation and delay effects, where the lo-fi elements is something a little bit more unique, okay? So everybody, that's my compact pedal board. What do you guys think of how I made it? What do you guys think of my thoughts and opinions? Do you guys like it? Do you not like it? I'd love to hear from you guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for always supporting me and checking out what I do. And I hope to see you at a show near you in 2025. I'm going on tour with Memphis Mayfire in May and April of next year, so that'll be a lot of fun. So who knows, I might be bringing this thing out for that show, okay? So thank you so much for watching. A huge shout out to Sweetwater for sponsoring this video. Like, comment, subscribe, everybody. Follow me everywhere. I love you guys so much. What do you guys think of this video? Leave your thoughts and opinions down below. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in a video very, very soon. Later.